He didn't laugh when the blade went through him. He watched it heal. At this point, everything felt normal. The sky was clear. The cities slept. The world still believed its strongest protector would always choose restraint. Superman was a symbol, not a weapon. And chaos? Chaos was usually loud, obvious, easy to spot. Then Deadpool showed up smiling, not as a threat, not as a warning, just standing there, bleeding, healing, waiting. They had crossed paths before. Violence followed. Punchlines followed faster. But this time was different. No ambush, no mercenaries, no cameras. Just a question. "What happens," he asked, "when nothing you do actually matters?" Superman didn't answer. He tried to end it quickly, cleanly. One hit, enough force to drop a tank. It worked. For a moment. The body broke. Bones turned to powder. The ground cracked. Then the body stood back up. Skin stitched itself together like it was embarrassed to be hurt. Organs reformed. Eyes blinked. Deadpool clapped. Slowly. That was when Superman realized this wasn't a fight. It was a test. And then, he made a decision no hero should ever make. He didn't pull the punch back. He didn't walk away. He escalated. If violence couldn't end it, containment would. If containment failed, isolation. If isolation failed, something else. He took Deadpool off-world. Past satellites, past oxygen, past help. It worked. For a moment. Deadpool froze, suffocated, died. Then came back, laughing through cracked lips, floating, still talking. "So that's your line?" he asked. "Space?" Superman brought him back. Back to Earth, back to rules, back to limits. And that's when the cost appeared. Because every time Superman solved the problem returned louder. Deadpool followed him. Everywhere. Disasters, rescues, battles that mattered. He interrupted them all, not to win, to comment. He let civilians die just to see the reaction. He stepped in front of heat vision, in front of punches meant for monsters. "Do it," he'd say. "Save them, or stop me." Each time, Superman chose the same thing. Control. He started moving faster, thinking colder, acting earlier. Criminals were stopped before crimes finished. Threats were removed before they spoke. Deadpool was always there to see it, applauding. "You're learning," he said once, after a city was evacuated for a danger that never arrived. That was the moment something shifted, because Superman noticed something worse than defiance. Deadpool wasn't challenging his strength. He was challenging his morality. Immortality meant no consequences, no fear, no end. And Deadpool used that to push, again and again, until every solution felt temporary, until every rescue felt staged. It worked, for a moment. Then the world started asking questions. Why were heroes acting before disasters? Why were people detained without crimes? Why did it feel safer and colder? Deadpool noticed the cameras first. He waved at them. "See?" he whispered to Superman. "They don't trust you anymore. But they still trust me." That was the twist. This wasn't a misunderstanding anymore. This was intention. Deadpool didn't want to win. He wanted to prove something. That a hero with limits was dangerous. But a hero without them was inevitable. Superman stood there, listening to the city breathe below him. Hearing heartbeats, calculating outcomes. And for the first time, Saving the world wasn't the goal. Stopping one man was, even if that man couldn't die. Even if stopping him meant crossing a line that could never be uncrossed. The sky darkened, not from clouds, from choice. The first city fell without a fight. No invasion, no explosion. Just silence. Superman hovered above it, listening to every breath, every thought. Deadpool stood on a rooftop below, hands in pockets. "You hear that?" he asked. "That's peace. Boring, right?" Crime dropped to zero. So did freedom. Anyone who planned harm was stopped before they moved. Anyone who might plan harm was watched. Deadpool walked freely through it all, untouched, because you can't threaten someone who can't lose. It worked. For a moment. Then heroes started disappearing. Not killed, removed. Those who questioned the new order were sidelined. Those who resisted were restrained. Deadpool narrated every arrest like a live show. "You see," he said, standing beside a bound hero, "this is what happens when hope decides it knows best." Trust died quietly. No riots, no rebellion, just fear. Every victory cost something, and the cost kept rising. Deadpool escalated again. He orchestrated disasters just to watch the response, put people in danger knowing Superman would save them, then asked the question out loud. "If you're everywhere, why weren't you here sooner?" The crowd heard it. They felt it. For the first time, Superman hesitated. That hesitation was all Deadpool needed. He broadcast everything. The detentions, the preemptive strikes, the quiet prisons in the sky. "Immortality doesn't make me the monster," Deadpool said to the world. "Control does." Heroes came for Superman together, not to fight, to beg, to stop. "To protect people," one of them said. "You've decided they don't get to choose." That was the collision. Freedom versus safety. Hope versus certainty. Deadpool watched from the sidelines, finally serious. "This is the part where you decide," he said. "Do you stop, or do you finish it?" The fight didn't last long. It wasn't fists, it was conviction. Superman realized the truth too late. Deadpool didn't need to be killed. He needed to be right. And he was. To stop him, they had to become what they feared. So Superman made the final choice. Not containment, not exile, surrender. He shut it all down. The surveillance, the prisons, the certainty. He stepped back. The world exhaled. Deadpool smiled. "See?" he said softly. "You can choose." Then he vanished into the noise, into the mess, into consequence. The world survived. The symbol didn't. Because everyone remembered how close it came. How easily morality bent under immortality. And that's how the hero saved the world. By letting it scare itself again. If you're drawn to stories where heroes break, choices scar forever, and power reveals truth, you're already in the right place. Welcome to Genesis Vault, where legends don't end cleanly, and the next story is already watched.